inspirational quotes from Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors of all time. Nikola Tesla was an inventor, an engineer, and a physicist. We can thank Nikola Tesla for hundreds of technologies that we enjoy today, like the remote control, neon and fluorescent lights, wireless transmission, computers, smartphones, laser beams, x-rays, robotics, and of course, alternating current, the basis of our present-day electrical system. So let's jump right into these quotes. The day will soon come when I will show the world that the transmission of power in speech without the aid of any wire is possible. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. Intelligent people tend to have less friends than the average person. The smarter you are, the more selective you become. Because of our feelings and thoughts, the flower scent will be more beautiful or will wilt. The truth that we can heal, we must learn again. Medicine is in our hearts and also in the hearts of animals that we call the universe. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. To know each other, we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. All peoples everywhere should have free energy sources. Electric power is everywhere, present in unlimited quantities, and can drive the world's machinery without the need for coal, oil, or gas. This new world should be the world in which the strong won't exploit the weak, the bad won't exploit the good, where the poor won't be humiliated by the rich. It will be the world in which the children of intellect, science, and skills will serve to the community in order to make lives easier and nicer, and not to the individuals for gain and wealth. This new world can't be the world of the humiliated, the broken, but the world of free people and nations, equal in dignity and respect for man. It's not the love you make, it's the love you give. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. The spread of civilization may be likened to a fire. First a feeble spark, next a flickering flame, then a mighty blaze, ever increasing in speed and power. Crystals are living beings at the beginning of creation. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. When Albert Einstein was asked how it felt to be the smartest man alive, he replied, "I don't know. You'll have to ask Nikola Tesla." A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. And that quote is by Albert Einstein. Mozart. Inspirational quotes. Be silent if you choose, but when it is necessary, speak, and speak in such a way that people will remember it. The music is not in the notes, but in the silence between. I pay no attention, whatever, to anybody's praise or blame. I simply follow my own feelings. When I am completely myself, entirely alone, or during the night when I cannot sleep, it is on such occasions that my ideas flow best and most abundantly. Whence and how these ideas come, I know not, nor can I force them. Music, in even the most terrible situations, must never offend the ear, but always remain a source of pleasure. If only the whole world could feel the power of harmony. The only people scared of mortality haven't died yet. Albert Einstein said, "Mozart's music is so pure and beautiful that I see it as a reflection of the inner beauty of the universe." Beethoven, inspirational quotes. Let's get started. To play without passion is inexcusable. I would rather write 10,000 notes than a single letter of the alphabet. Music is like a dream, one that I cannot hear. Never forget the days I spent with you. Continue to be my friend, as you will always find me yours. Music is a higher revelation than all wisdom and philosophy. Music is the electrical soil in which the spirit lives, thinks, and invents. Nothing is more intolerable than to admit to yourself your own errors. To play a wrong note is insignificant. To play without passion is inexcusable. Only the pure of heart can make a good soup. It seemed unthinkable for me to leave the world forever before I had produced all that I felt called upon to produce. Love demands all and has a right to all. Anyone who tells a lie has not a pure heart and cannot make a good soup. I will take fate by the throat. It will never bend me completely to its will. Recommend to your children virtues. That alone can make them happy, not gold. A great poet is the most precious jewel of a nation. The guitar is a miniature orchestra in itself. To sing a wrong note is insignificant, but to sing without passion is unforgivable. Music is the mediator between the spiritual and the sensual life. Don't only practice your art, but force your way into its secrets, for it and knowledge can raise men to the divine. Even in poverty, I lived like a king, for I tell you that nobility is the thing that makes a king. I wish you music to help with the burdens of life and to help you release your happiness to others. Then let us all do what is right, strive with all our might toward the unattainable, develop as fully as we can the gifts God has given us, and never stop learning. You ask me where I get my ideas? That I cannot tell you with certainty. They come unsummoned, directly, indirectly. I could seize them all with my hands, out in the open air, in the woods, while walking, in the silence of the nights, at dawn, excited by moods which are translated by the poet into words, by me into tones, that sound and roar and storm about me, till I have set them down in notes. Applaud, my friends, the comedy is over. And that is the words that Beethoven said on his deathbed. Shakespeare once said, "All things are ready if our minds be so." The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. To thine own self be true. To be or not to be, that is the question. Go wisely and slowly. Those who rush stumble and fall. How far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a weary world. Have more than you show, speak less than you know. All that glitters is not gold. Expectation is the root of all heartache. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. In black ink, my love may still shine bright. In this, our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. One beautiful heart is better than 1,000 beautiful faces. Though she be but little, she is fierce. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. I can no other answer make, but thanks, and ever thanks. Inspirational quotes by Vincent van Gogh. Color in a picture is like enthusiasm in life. There's nothing more genuinely artistic than to love people. I am seeking, I am striving, I am in it with all my heart. The fishermen know that the sea is dangerous and the storm terrible, but they have never found these dangers significant reason for remaining ashore. It is good to love many things, for therein lies the true strength. And whosoever loves much performs much, and can accomplish much. And what is done in love is well done. Great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. I try more and more to be myself, caring relatively little whether people approve or disapprove. What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Be clearly aware of the stars and infinity on high. Then life seems almost enchanted after all. As we advance in life, it becomes more and more difficult, but in fighting the difficulties, the inmost strength of the heart is developed. I put my heart and soul into my work, and I have lost my mind in the process. Neville Goddard quotes, "Believe that you are what you want to be." You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself, turn from appearances, and assume the feeling that would be yours were you already the one you wish to be. If you will assume your desire and live there as though it were true, no power on earth can stop it from becoming a fact. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part relative to its fulfillment. Know yourself to be a life-given spirit, moving through heavenly states, given life and telling the eternal story. The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your every desire. I couldn't possibly be concerned about anything if I really believe that imagining creates reality. Only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. An awakened imagination works with a purpose. It creates and conserves the desirable and transforms or destroys the undesirable. Man's concept of himself is the cause of all the circumstances of his life. All changes must first come from within himself. And if he does not change on the outside, it is because he has not changed within. But man does not like to feel that he is solely responsible for the conditions of his life. Take your attention away from your problem and the multitude of reasons why you cannot achieve your ideal. Concentrate your attention entirely upon the thing desired. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. Do you always turn to your imagination, and no matter what happens, do you remain faithful to the state imagined? If you do, you have passed the test. But if every little rumor, doubt, or fear can move you around like a pawn on a chessboard, then you are not keeping the faith. Anytime you exercise your imagination lovingly on behalf of another, you have done the right thing. But if it is not done in love, there is a question mark, for God is love. Mark Twain inspirational quotes. So let's jump right in. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. Get your facts first, and then you can distort them as much as you please. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The difference between the right word and the almost right word is the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. The two most important days in your life are the days you are born and the day you find out why. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do.
So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Continuous improvements is better than delayed perfection. With courage, you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and the wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of integrity. Life is short. Break the rules. Forgive quickly. Kiss slowly. Love truly. Laugh uncontrollably. And never regret anything that makes you smile. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful of your life. Do something every day that you don't want to do. This is the golden rule for acquiring the habit of doing your duty without pain. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. I can teach anybody how to get what they want out of life. The problem is that I can't find anybody who can tell me what they want. It is wiser to find out than suppose. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening when you would rather have talked. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. Life does not consist mainly or even largely of facts or happenings. It consists mainly of the storm of thoughts that is forever flowing through one's head. A half-truth is the most cowardly of lies. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. Thousands of geniuses live and die undiscovered, either by themselves or by others. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. Any emotion, if it is sincere, is involuntary. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Man is the only animal that blushes or needs to. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. Actions speak louder than words, but not nearly as often. Do the thing you fear most, and the death of fear is certain. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you too can become great. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell. You see, I have friends in both places. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Any so-called material thing that you want is merely a symbol. You want it not for itself, but because It will content your spirit for the moment. What a man misses mostly in heaven is company. One learns through the heart, not the eyes or the intellect. I have for you inspirational quotes by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So let's jump right in and get inspired. Be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. People do not seem to realize that their opinion of the world is also a confession of their character. Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. You become what you think about all day long. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. For everything you have missed, you have gained something else. And for everything you gain, you lose something else. It is not the length of life, but the depth. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising up every time we fail. Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us, or we find it not. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously, and because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Don't be too timid about your actions. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Guard well your spare moments. They are like uncut diamonds. Discard them and their value will never be known. Improve them and they will become the brightest gems in a useful life. Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. It is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own. But the great man is he who, in the midst of the crowd, keeps the perfect sweetness, the independence of solitude. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities, no doubt, crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and sincerely, with too high a spirit to be cumbered with your old nonsense. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting some on yourself. It is easy to live for others. Everybody does. I call on you to live for yourself. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Nothing external to you has any power over you. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. The good news is that the moment you decide that what you know is more important than what you have been taught to believe, you will have shifted gears in your quest for abundance. Success comes from within, not from without. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us.